Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to run through, including Big Sean and 6ix9ine going head to head on release week in what looks like a plot twist that came out of nowhere just a few hours ago. And as we dive in, if you're here for the first time, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So we'll start with 6ix9ine Tattle Tales going head to head with Big Sean's Detroit tour album. And just 3 days ago, it looked like Big Sean was out of the race for #1, as projections by Hit Daily Double showed that 6ix9ine was coming for 150,000 first week in the United States. And the reactions to this news were at two extremes, based on what's been going on with 6ix9ine, who's getting blackballed for being a rat. For instance, criminals winning once again, I blame Nicki. And on the other end, y'all said he was gonna flop, it's the ignorance for me, he can't be stopped. But for the people celebrating that 6ix9ine was coming to shut down the haters, it was short-lived following latest reports that have flipped the script. Just a few hours ago we got this. Tattle Tales aiming for 40 to 50k first week in the United States based on updated reports via Hits Daily Double. And on the other hand, Big Sean's Detroit tour aiming for 100 to 110k first week, contending for #1 debut. So earlier reports certainly didn't age well, and it's not often you see projections completely off, which suggests that streams and sales fell off a cliff after the first 24 hours. And a popular post states, 6ix9ine lied about his numbers and is only debuting with 40k instead of 140. 2020's redemption arc is in full effect, but he didn't lie per se, since it was official projections from Hits Daily Double. It's just that the man fell off a cliff, and now Big Sean has reacted to the latest update of a potential #1. I don't know if my album Detroit 2 is going #1 or not. That would be crazy if it did, but I feel like it's already #1 to me because of all I put into it, what I went through to make it, and the impact it's had on some of you. I'm too grateful for that alone. And fans are also noticing Eminem continuously sharing the Friday Night Cypher track from the album on his Instagram stories. The user states Eminem did not give music to be murdered by this kind of special treatment. And for those who were worried about Big Sean losing to 6ix9ine, y'all can rest easy, but there's still 3 tracking days left to count, and who knows if we see another twist in events. Next up today is about rap legend Chuck D, and he's made a few comments about Eminem following a discussion about Elvis Presley and Afro-American music, and it states, "In my response to the Elvis thread, somebody should ask Eminem who's been battling Elvisism all his career. That's when Caucasian USA just crowns you just because. He's brought Detroit and has worked with many Afro folk from there. Even when he differs, Caucasian USA will do what it do." And he continues, "I've seen the kid at least make the effort where it's due, art form and credit wise. However, color bias is bigger than he is, and it's pouring all over the place. I spend my time curating, supporting many underfound and underground heroes, mainly Afro and worldwide above others. But anytime Eminem is brought into the conversation because of his shade, there's always those that come in to discredit him using hypotheticals as facts to back up their opinions. Eminem is good but truth spoken. If he were Afro, the hype would not be there and his rap would be classified as unacceptable anger or rage. Reality, Eminem as a Caucasian rapper never fought the battle against Caucasian America for artistic freedom, such as Public Enemy, NWA, Pac, Snoop, etc. And the user response to this stated, "The guy literally has a track called White America and was protested against, got interviewed by the Secret Service for his lyrics, but let's just forget about that and slander him because of his shade. Maybe we should all act like the line in the sand never happened, just to push out hypotheticals as facts, and act like Eminem's career is not a highlight for artistic freedom in the 21st century. So much so that it influenced the creation of classic albums across genres, like With Confessions by Usher, who was inspired by Eminem's transparency and bluntness. Color biased people love to jump in the conversation whenever people talk about Eminem's shade to bring him down, but what they forget is they are doing exactly what they complain about when they downplay his impact because of shade." Next up today is about one of the founding members of Outsiders, Pacewon, who dissed Eminem in the song The Joker in 2008 because he felt left out after Eminem found success. Eminem shouted him out in Fine Line from Shady 15, and now in September 2020, Pace tweeted, "If Dr. Dre and Eazy-E could squash their beef, we all should be able to settle our disagreements with each other. Eminem, life is too short." And the user reacts to this. "You know he shouted you out on Fine Line. Pace, I love you too. That's probably the best you'll get from M." And this whole thing is not a beef per se, but rather the fact that Pace wants Eminem to reach out to him. And in response to Fine Line Chord He Said It, Pace ended the track with, "If you see Eminem, tell him to give me a call." So that will be all for today. Share your thoughts on these topics below, like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.